Alright, guys, guess who it is? It's me again, but you don't see me this time around, do you? You don't even see me. Like, where the hell am I? Alright, so I'm making this podcast today where I just wanted to cool off for a bit and just talk. And I don't want to bore you or anything with my stories, but I have this one cool. I don't think it's a story. I mean, I guess it's like a part of my life. I wanted to share. I just thought of it and it sounded so funny in my head. And let's not be serious all the time and try to be funny for once, alright? Because I think I have this side of me that is kind of funny. And a lot of people I know are telling me, hey man, you're like kind of funny, alright? So I don't know why you're trying to be serious in these videos, but you're funny. So, and you know what? I've always wanted to make stand-up comedy, and I think at some point in my life I will be doing stand-up comedy. But just for now, I'm recording this with you, so you better shush it, buddy. Alright? And this video is kids friendly, alright? Because YouTube will ask me if this video was made for kids, and I will say yes. All right, and they can sue me, and this video will be deleted, and I'll be in jail because I told a 5 minute story. So you better listen to this, all right? Because I probably am in jail right now. You know? So all right. So what's the story? So when I thought I was funny, I always thought I am, but people didn't. So when I was in school, I had this best friend of mine, and he really liked me. And truth to be told, we are still very good friends. I mean, at this point, I don't know who is my best friend in my life, alright? But we're still very good friends. So we were classmates, and uh, even when we got to know each other, and we were in eighth grade. So if you're American and listening to this, eighth grade is basically first year of high school. So it's a very big deal. And also, I just moved from other city, uh, where is far away from where I'm living now and where I was just starting to study. So I was very nervous, and all of my funniness and everything pretty much got evaporated. And I was this new guy who is shy and speaks differently, because here in Bulgaria, where I'm from, we have this different dialects, I guess you call them, and you sound you understand very much what the other person with the different dialect is saying, but to him you are sounding funny. All right, so I got this going on for me. All right, I was funny and I sounded funny. So but people viewed me as weird, so I was the weird guy who sounded funny. All right, so I guess these two pluses don't add to each other, and like for the first time in math history, two pluses made a minus. And believe me, guys, this was a huge minus, alright? So, what am I trying to tell you here with my story is that my friend was very outgoing, and he was kind of insistent of being friends with me. And I don't know why, but I needed friends because I didn't know anybody in this city, and it was the first day of high school, so yeah, I better make some friends because I mean, I know my mom, I know my dad and my sister, and even my sister didn't like me back then. Like, she didn't want to be friends with me and be associated with me. And we studied in the same school, and she didn't even want to study with me in the same school, and she tried her best to make up the mind of my mom and dad to let me study in different schools so they don't see her with me. And I guess that's pretty harsh, and I guess that's why I still resent my sister to this day. Like, that bitch. All right, and with this word I said, this video will not be for kids anymore. So just forget everything I said about the kid situation before. All right, so and my friend was just so insistent on being a friend of mine, and he was making fun of people. He was like a strong guy, goofy, but like kind of witty with his words. So people kind of were scared of him and were also respecting him in a way, but also they laughed, and it was because he was like funny, but also they were scared not to laugh. So he got this going on for him, which is way better than what I did. And I was like weird and sounded funny. So yeah, of course I'm gonna just attach to this guy that just like is way out of my league at this point. So yeah, sure, buddy, be my friend and just not don't hit me. I was also very weak and he was stronger than me, so I was like a bit scared not to be his friend because who am I gonna call? All right, my mom or my sister, who probably if saw me getting beat up would pretend that she did not know me. All right, so yeah, I was like, yeah, this is my best friend now, I suppose. Yeah, I don't have a say in this, so let's just be friends at this point. So what the funniest thing about this this situation that I was in it was that he ended up being the class clown. All right, so we ended up being this super weird class, like in school, and oh my god, we were the weirdest class. Not only because of the people we were in, the people that were in this class, but listen to this. Imagine this: you're in high school, and uh, everybody's your age, and like people are when you're like first year of high school. How do you call like a junior year or something? Like you're the youngest kids, but we were like the oldest kids because we were the only class that went to in a different shift because the school was not big enough for everybody, so they had to separate us in two shifts. So there were like the little kids who are like not in high school, like in middle school, and like the big kids like in high school. And like we were in high school, believe me, we were, but for some reason, our class was the only class that was with the little kids. So, how do you end up in this class? You have to be like, you have to have very bad grades. So this class was like not specialized in anything. We didn't study like anything specifically in particular. We were just like doing the basic stuff, the basic shit. We're like basic bitches class, all right? And I was kind of mad about this because I came from my city being a straight A student, and coming to this city they were like, nah buddy, you like straight A's but you sound funny, all right? So you better like first like roll up with these weird kids, and if you'll survive the year, like sure, like you can go with the big kids now. Like you're in not in Kansas anymore, buddy. All right, so you better embrace that. So I embraced it. I was like, I don't know anybody, so I guess I'll be in the class of retarded people. So my friend was like the class clown, and I had this other friend of mine that also, for some reason, liked me very much. Like there were like two guys in my class who, like, insisted of liking me. Like one guy liked me, and the other guy like liked me even more. And he like he came up from nowhere. He was like, "Hey, you're like very cool, and I like you so much." And I was like, "Yay! Like thanks a lot, but like I'm held hostage by this guy." So I guess we'll see each other. We're like in the same class, but I don't know if I can talk to you. I mean, I have to hold this. I have to hold my boss pocket at this point. I'm like a prison bitch, you know. I was like a prison bitch. I didn't even knew it, but I was. So my other friend that I'm telling you that liked me even more. I thought he was retarded for like the first couple days. He was just like so weird, and he was behaving so differently around me. Like I was like, yeah, this guy I guess likes me, but is he like mentally like retarded? I don't mean to offend anybody, but I was in a very weird position, not knowing anybody in the whole city that I'm in, and not knowing the city itself. I mean, my school was not like close to my house. I traveled for like an hour to go to my school for some reason, and there I had like two friends, and one guy was intimidating and scary and beating everybody up and being kind to me for some reason, and the other guy like was like very weird around me but like being also kind to me, and I was like, yeah, I have like these two friends that I what's my life even? I mean, like I came from my city, having so many friends and having a normal life, like playing football and training and basketball and studying and going out and doing all these kinds of crazy stuff, man. I mean, I have stories for days, and that's why I want to have a podcast, but tell you all these crazy stories that I have. I mean, I had this crazy childhood, and I still have a very crazy life, guys. But anyways, so I thought my friend was retarded, and I like a week later into school, like the first week of school, I found out that he was being weird around me and playing like and talking like differently because he thought that I was retarded. Like what? I mean, what the hell, dude? Like, why would you think I'm retarded? Like, he thought that I was like I had like hearing loss, and which I kind of do, but I hear perfectly now. So I don't know. I He thought I was retarded is what I'm trying to say. So that's why he was weird. And when I found out, and I was weird around him too, and we even went out one day. Only two of us, like the first week, and it was so weird, dude, and kind of cringy. And I was like, dude, I don't want to go with this dude out ever again. And later I found that he was weird only because he thought I was retarded. And I thought he was retarded. And after that, like, everything changed. Like, hey, man, like, what's up? Like, be cool, alright? So it was cool between me and him, but my other friend that I told you about, the class clown, was so intimidating that and so jealous of us that he didn't want me to have any more friends but him. All right, so I don't get to vote on this. So wherever he goes, I go, and I didn't mind this too much because he was like a cool guy, and I saw myself growing in a way with him. So I was like, all right, let's roll with this guy. And I have protection, I guess. I have like a bodyguard at this point, and he's funny sometimes, so I don't lose anything. All right, it's at least not like the other guy who like thought I was retarded or anything. So so anyway, so my friend was like this class clown, and every time we had like this class break, or even in class, he was telling jokes, and everybody were like laughing or like cringing, and he was like playing like a monkey and dancing on the stools, and just making the teachers go nuts, and it was funny in a way. And I was like, man, I'm like this guy, but I don't know if I can do all this crazy shit. I mean, I don't want to get expelled like my first year, like my first month being in this new school in this new city that I am. So I played it way cooler, way I was way laid back, more laid back than he was. Like he was not laid back like at all. So I was very chill with my comedy that I tried, but I still wanted to be funny like he was. So I aspired to be like him in a way. So I tried to be like the class clown as well, like he was, but it didn't work out for me like it did for him because you have to commit to it, and he committed to it. He was like the best class clown that you can be. All right, and I was like half-assing my class clownery, if I can say it like that. So I was not even funny, and I was like, I guess I was like the side class clown. All right, so that's my main point of this podcast story. Thank you that for my first high school year, I was like the side class clown, which is like, in my opinion, like the worst thing you can be. All right, because being the class clown is like very bad. All right, so people, and I knew people were like laughing from a pity to him, but I still laughed because I thought it was funny. So I guess he was funny to me, but I was funny to like nobody. Even he was like, "Yeah, that didn't work out, buddy. You better keep trying, buddy." Or and I was like, I enjoyed it. I was like, I don't know if I enjoyed it. I mean, I think I was miserable because I was not used to being like the side class clown. I never was even a class clown ever in my life, so it was like the weirdest position to be like, oh, I'm trying to say a joke and tell everybody and nobody's listening, and I'm just mumbling under my mouth, under my nose or whatever. And yeah, but sometimes it was funny, I guess. And truth to be told, the first year of my high school was very, very, very weird, dude. Like there was this other guy, the third guy, who also wanted to be my best friends, who wanted to be best friends with me, and I kind of didn't like him like that, you know. I thought he was like cool, but he was very weird, like in all the wrong ways to be weird. And he liked me so much, and to remember that this other guy liked me, and my friend who is intimidating liked me, and I was like, man, I know I'm missing my best friends from my old city, but I don't know if I can handle three best friends who hate each other and are also very weird in a whole different way. Everybody is very different from each other, and they're like super weird. Like this third guy was like this closed. He was closed inside him. Like I don't know how to say it in English. He was just weird, man. Like imagine like looking at a weird kid like picking his nose and smelling bad and dressing funky and being like stupid for no reason. This other guy thinks I'm retarded, and this third guy is like dancing on the stools and beating up people, and I'm like, man, remember we are like the biggest people in the school right now because nobody was in this class, nobody was like us. All right, so this was the craziest year, and not only that, guys, but like for the cherry on top, this year, like for some reason teachers decided to go on a strike. So, like at the end of the first month, when I was starting to click with people, uh, there was no more school for like 3 months, and I was like, "What?" And I went back home, and they were calling me. Oh, believe me, all my three newfound best friends were calling me, and I was like, I thought I was never gonna see them again for some reason. I was like, I won't pick up the phone to any of them because I just wanna go back to my old city and have like normal life. All right, but I guess like the moral of this story is that you have to be put in very weird situations while you're young so you can either appreciate where you're coming from or where you're going. And man, I think I grew so much from there. I mean, like 12 years passed from that moment, and I still remember this like it was yesterday. It's so vivid, dude. And I don't know, it's so crazy story, like being like a second class clown with like these three guys, and like man. And you know what's funny? With the two of them, the guy who thought I was retarded and the other guy who intimidated me, we're still friends to this day. All right, it's like 12 years later, and I saw my friend like the other day, like the guy with the class clown guy. He's like still one of my best friends, and the other guy who thought I was retarded is still a very close friend of mine, and appreciate him a lot. So I guess life works in a weird ways, because if you asked me back then that these guys were gonna be my friends for a very long time in the future, I was not gonna believe you, man. You know, I was like, man, what is this? I don't like this. But we all got normal at some point. I mean, we were in the weird class, so we had to go through our motions. So I guess it was kind of necessary. So I was very resentful for that class. I mean, why do we have to be in a different shift with the little kids? Like we're some kind of weirdos. I mean, I knew I'm not a weirdo, dude. I had many friends and hobbies, and I was a straight A student. And then coming to a different city to be like in this class full of bunch of weirdos, dude. Damn. But you know what? When I look back at this point, I am appreciating it a lot. So if you're going through a very rough or weird moment in your life right now, maybe you should appreciate the beauty of it, and it will bring you a good story for you to tell in the future, like I am right now. So yeah. Hey, so thank you for listening to this story. I guess it's the end of my podcast that I'm trying to make here, and also sorry for my voice. I'm kind of sick. I'm actually like really sick, and I just came home from work, and I worked for like 12 hours. So, and I talked a lot today, man, and I'm still in the talkative mode. So I just wanted to tell a story to you guys, if you want to listen to. So, thanks a lot. I guess I'll see or not see you, like hear from you, or like you hear from me. Alright? In the next episode. Because I have so much more stories to tell you. Like, I have thousands upon thousands of crazy stories to tell you. So, they're coming. Alright? So, bye bye for now. And take care. Peace.